I've been searching, looking everywhere for a light to smoke this bowl. My goal is to clear my mind, enough to think clear, enough to be creative, never inflated, eyes dilated, quickly debated, forever underrated. Working continuously with no payment, another form of slavery. Working on my delivery, even while it's snickering. Headed to the top, better get out of the way or get ran over. Been a soldier since I was a little one. Loyalty's never a question. If I'm headed your direction, treat it as a blessing. Caress it, protect it, don't let anyone hurt it. Losing my mind, going berserker. I know I deserve it, even if it's never acknowledged by those that judge the most. Purposely overdose just to feel the buzz. The rush is so much, can't get enough. Been on drugs, been off drugs. Things seem easier to deal with while I'm on them. Doubt me if you want, but I'm making it out. Look around, no one's around. The top is so lonely, I need some companionship. Got my family leading me to the championship. Never quit, always work till my heart doesn't beat. Wanna lead, but don't wanna be seen as a cheat. Admitting defeat only when winning is clearly impossible. Making impossible probable, non-negotiable, devotional. To be better today than yesterday. Pave a way to get paid today. Feeling great even when they drive me insane. Ties to the game leaves me with a good team. I'm the captain, taking without asking permission. My decision leads us to riches. Dreams of being a president, that makes a difference. Thinking I'm ignorant, but I'm headed for the top spot. Commander-in-chief, keeping the peace. I'll take Trump's votes, Biden's votes, even Barack Obama's. Every vote counts. I'm trying to get all of them by a landslide. Collected every single vote that was allowed this year. Haters after me, I quickly disappear. Who wants to kill the man that's trying to make a $1,500 allowance each month? Being allowed in without a bunch of grumps stopping us. If I'm president in 2028, I'm not leaving any person behind. If we're Americans, we should act like it and be the richest country. Pay our citizens $1,500 for sticking with us. They try to correct us, but we're already corrected. No more mistakes to be made by anyone over the age of 28. Cause we're gonna pay everyone that stays out of trouble. Make America great for once. Freedom never sucked, but they'll think it sucks. Cause never before has a living president gave so much to everyone, no matter what party they side with. I started with nothing, but at 37 I got something that's better than anything the politics have ever came up with. 18,000 a year sounds reasonable to me. Gotta get Congress to agree by any means. Majority would say no way. How can we afford this without giving up buttloads in advance? You can ask and I'll lay out the facts. Like cannabis is more widely used than any other drug, so I'll put a tax on it. I'm passionate about getting every American out of poverty. Go and count some property, make it a monopoly for the greater good. Keep us all fed, no one deserves to go to bed hungry. They'll say my country never supported me as much as President Jackson does. If I relapse, it's my bad, but give me a chance and I'll advance through the ranks so rapidly, drastically. Been typing for 10 minutes, only got a few minutes of lyrics to fill up this 9-minute beat. Longing for president while I'm still an earthling. Want some money in my account before I'm deceased. Just the way it's looking, my people will go broke if they throw a decent funeral. Financial goals are not out of reach. 2028, supposed to have man on Mars, shooting for the stars. No one dreams as big as we does. Sun moving closer, we're trying to get away, and Mars is the next planet we gotta save. I can go on and on about the changes we need to make, but they already know, so why point out the obvious? Instead of lying to the people, I will keep it honest, even if it's not making me look the hottest. Lies cause problems from where we started. Our leaders keep lying to us about making profit so they can pocket it. Obnoxiousness to the fullest, promise to protect our borders. Do thorough background checks on every person we let through. I don't have all the answers, but I have some of them. Tired of these pretenders running for president without making any sense. We should be better in 4 years instead of the reverse. My words probably cut deeper than theirs, cause I mean every word I ever said. Even if I'm not president, at least I make sense. Friends are a thing of the past, now it's called acquaintances. Relationships never been as prosperous as they are with Raymond. Not making a mockery out the system, but tired of turning on the station and announcers are similar to wrestling. Fake news for you to view while on the move. Taking little ones to school, teaching them to follow rules and be productive members of society. Kids are our future, so teach them well. By 18, they should have some stories to tell that point in a positive direction. Tired of listening to the youth and only hearing nonsense. projections are okay. They're either sustained or overruled before we release them into the real world. They should have some real world stories that show they can handle it. 16-year-olds, I'm talking to you, cause next time it's time to vote for president, a lot of your votes will be the ones to choose who our leader is. I don't have a lot to say to influence your vote one way or the other, but before you vote, do your homework and study the person for certain to make sure that person will be working for you in your best interest. Even when I'm not voted in, it'll still make sense to the fact that I ran. Add to the funds, hardly subtract from the sum. Still I wonder how we bust their asses to pay for the land that they took from the Indians. Probably none of my business, but I thought I should mention that most of the landowners in America are among the white folks. I'm not saying to gather your rifles and get to scoping, but the truth should be known no matter how gruesome. We pay rent on land that was taken illegally, but everybody has their deeds and properties marked in a book, so we're out of luck. So I guess we accept reparations and funds for the land that they took. White, black, red, brown, or yellow, we all worked for years without much. So the homeowners get rich, they're charging us rent on some shit that would never have existed if it wasn't for our hard work. But before we have a civil war over turf that is no longer ours, we accept these funds as a result of the government trying to eliminate us one by one. Why should I pay up to $1,000 a month? Cause the homeowners' ancestors killed my ancestors in order to get the land from them in the first place. So really it should be my land, since the rightful entitlements are supposed to be gave to the ones that were thrown in massive graves after they knowingly slayed the current occupants. Now I think enough words has come onto this page to fill up the 9 minutes of beat I needed to fill up. I'm in a rush to get this done cause my youngest daughter wants to go on a walk before it gets dark on February 26, 2026. We get paid tomorrow, so I must say this was the easy way to make time flow by. When I get back, I'll reload this beat and add on some more lyrics in hopes that it makes sense. Swing for the fence every time I step up to the plate. Never late, never pretend anyway, cause I suffer so my ancestors don't have to. Alaskan native, Tlingit from the island of Sitka. Need my riches for an investment that has yet to be produced. Even if I'm never elected president here in the US, I can say that I have good ideas for a better income no matter what the politicians say. Even if at every turn they turn me away and say my dreams will never come true, I still choose to remain in pursuit of an income that makes sense to the poor and the rich. And most of all, everyone will know that I gave a shit. I do care, probably a little too much, cause they have the funds to provide us with more than enough to make it through the month. People think I bluff about what I can get done, but I stand firm and will never run. And I won't aim a gun if I don't get what I want. Funds availability, wire transfer, a paper check. I'm on the road to riches, almost at the end. If you want someone to make a difference, then vote for me as president. 2028 isn't too far away. If I don't get enough influence by the time it's time to vote, I'll delay my presidency campaign until 2032. If we're not on our way to being the greatest country ever made by that time, I'ma have a lot to say. But at the end of the day, I turn another page in this extremely long book. 10 Talks, produced by Moody Mocha Dolls. Charles Raymond Jackson, 8188, President 2028. No matter what they say, 10 Talks.